Welcome guys, this is day 23 of the daily exercise log. Let me run you through what I've done today. First off, I started with incline barbell press, but of course before that I did a couple of warm-ups first. So in my incline barbell press, it was a bit rough today, and the reason for that being is because I've not been spending too much time on the incline barbell press, and with me not doing that and not being so confident in that position compared to maybe like flat barbell bench press, it just means that I need a lot more time to really get into the motion of things. So I worked my way up from just with the bar, just warming up properly, and then working all the way up to 80 kilos that I did for a couple of sets, and I think it went well. But man, it was when I came to around like 6 reps, between 6 to 8 reps, it was really I was really grinding, and of course I feel a bit down with that. However, I also know that I am really pushing myself. So yeah, all in all, I think that went really well. Then afterwards I went to do some seated machine incline press as well, so just trying to keep the tension on my upper chest, and I was not as strong on this as what I wanted to be, and I still had to play around with my the seat height, the seat adjustment, and it seems as if I'm always struggling to remember where exactly that should be. So I think going forward I really need to take a photo of where the seat is to kind of make sure that every single time the setup is exactly the same. But all in all, I think this went really well, because by doing something like that where your arms are working individually, where it's not really connected like a bar with the previous exercise, it really helps you to focus on your pecs individually. Because you can even just press and then hold it there and just do like single arm presses as well. After that I went to do some decline press, and this machine has been not one of my favorite, to be honest, and the reason for that is that I just don't seem to be able to find the right setup, because whenever I'm doing an actual rep, it just seems as if my shoulders are actually raising as I am pushing. So instead of for example, I'm pushing here and my shoulder just basically staying at the same place, now it's like moving up and it's always like shifting, and that's not so good. That's not really ideal for this type of exercise. So I still need to put a lot more effort into that to try and get the perfect setup going forward. Then afterwards I went to do neutral flies, and the good thing with neutral flies is that you're really focusing on your mid chest, and your mid chest is really the part that makes it pop. I mean, of course your upper chest is the part that makes it a bit more full, I suppose, but your mid chest is the part that really makes your chest feel big and it makes you feel stronger. So what I try to do here is to squeeze at the end of every single rep and not just like swinging through the motion, because the thing is, if you just pretty much swing and you just use momentum to do every single rep, of course I can go and double the weight stack than what I'm using here. However, keeping it light and controlled, but at the same time still to the point where it's still difficult for your muscles to perform and to actually get the full contraction, you're still going to make progress. So my focus here is to really get the squeeze out of every single rep and try and feel the contraction where I want it, where for me it is in my mid chest. So that went really well. If you want to try this, do that. You can also play around with setting the height of the pulley from where the cable is coming from different angles. But I found that doing it from the neutral position, where it is quite in the middle of the rails, it is working the best, and I'm getting the most out of my workout for that. Then afterwards I went to do some overhead tricep extensions, and this of course just helps the long head, because with chest work you are incorporating the triceps, but not as much as what you really want. So I'm trying to be able to use my triceps a lot more by just incorporating a tricep exercise that is just focused on that. So the overhead tricep extension is very similar to what I've done afterwards, which was just a normal table extension on a straight bar or slightly bent bar, and that has been great because I've been neglecting exercising arms for quite a while now. So by incorporating them on the days that I'm actually training the body parts that is associated with those arm muscle, of course I'm going to get some growth and strength back into them, which will then inevitably transition into my other lifts also being better. So all in all, it was starting out with incline barbell press, then doing seated machine inclines, then decline machine press over to neutral flies, and then finishing off with a couple of tricep exercises. So guys, take from this what you want. See if you can incorporate some parts of this or some things that I've mentioned in this video and apply that to your own training regime. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.